Mexican Independence Day weekend is usually a massive day of the year in combat sports. One of the biggest draws for the weekend is Canelo Alvarez's annual big fight. This year, however, his event would be arguably overshadowed by UFC 306 or UFC Noche. This event was to be held at the Las Vegas Sphere, and it was the first combat sport event to be held at this majestic location. It was also sponsored by the deep-pocketed Saudi Turki Al Sheikh. The main fight on both events ended up being a little bit lackluster in terms of entertainment. However, there were a bunch of memorable moments that may even overshadow the big names that were meant to bring fireworks to the evening. Let's first look at the premier combat event in Vegas, UFC Noche. The main event was a showcase by the underdog Merab Dvalishvili on finding how to effectively neutralize your opponent once you figured them out, and did just that to a widely considered favorite, Suga Sean O'Malley. There was also trolling at its finest, when Merab got so confident on how far ahead he was on the cards that he used the remaining time he had in one of the rounds to assert his dominance by kissing Sean O'Malley on the neck while he had him in a guillotine choke. Sean got enraged and threw a few punches at Merab after the bell had rung. The referee, however, informed him that he was asking for it with the kiss antics. That will most likely be how the main event will end up being remembered in a nutshell. The early prelim fight was a bit more standout than the main event and featured the young viral sensation with a wild catchphrase, Raul Rosas Jr. The 19-year-old has been on a roll with picking up wins, and doing them in style, with only one of his 10 professional wins coming by decision. There was one more highlight that came out of the evening, and it emerged from the crowd rather than the cage. Grammy Award and Pulitzer Prize winning musician Kendrick Lamar was in attendance. Or was he? President of the UFC Dana White and boxing superstar Terence Bud Crawford both had a laugh at Crawford being mislabeled as the iconic rapper. Speaking of boxing superstars, on the same night, Canelo Alvarez took on the 27-year-old knockout artist Edgar Berlanga in a fairly entertaining match that ended in the Mexican legend Canelo getting his hand raised for a unanimous decision victory. Canelo showed that his skills are indeed the real deal. Two fights that were spoken about as much or more was the stunning comeback of former Canelo opponent Caleb Plant. He was knocked down early in the fight and made every necessary adjustment to come back and dominate an undefeated Trevor McCumbee and take away his O by KO. Also on the night, two veterans of the sport then also had a battle of wills that ended up with Erislandy Lara crushing a completely outclassed Danny Garcia, who looked like a shell of the fighter he once was. Let me know in the comments which of these bouts was the most entertaining for you. Also, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, please be sure to subscribe and leave a like on the videos. It helps us tremendously. Until next time.